Good morning to one and all. My name is Prakash, Assistant Professor of Department of English in Mlritm College, Hyderabad. I hope everyone doing well. In today's session, I would like to discuss on presentation. Okay, what is a presentation? So, in general term, presentation can be in a various different form. It is there like presentation can be an oral or presentation can be a written. So, the how to give an effective presentation, to how to make the audience engage towards our presentation. I mostly emphasizing on a oral presentation part. So let's move on the presentation. So let's have a look at this slide. So in this I mentioned that the goal of this presentation is to impress rather than the inform it is there. So I would like to give my presentation to impress the audience community so that they can feel I engaged, so on. So if they are engaged, actively participated in the presentation or understood the activities whichever they conducted by the faculty and other people, so automatically they are going to be learn something it is. So if the presentation is able to impress the audience community, automatically they'll understand. So the William Rustam is informed the same it is there. The goal of this presentation is to impress rather than informing it is. If the audience is already impressed by the presentation, definitely he or she remember the content or the concept what is taught by the presenter. Now, in this session, I would like to cover the following elements or following topics. It is that what is the presentation introduction part I am going to, why the presentation is important in our day-to-day life. So, it is very important for the younger generation and students, and pitfalls of the presentation. Now, most of us, we have barriers of the presentation. What are the barriers we have in the presentation? Things it is going on, and how to give our presentation effectively to the large number of audience, and what are the do's of presentation and what are the don'ts of presentation. I am going to cover about in this presentation session. Hope you understand and learn something about my presentation. So what is a presentation? So generally we can think about presentation can be the oral or written form. Okay, presentation can be oral or written form, it is there. So if you take about general information, it is presentation means to communicate or to convey the information one to another. It might be the information, it might be the feeling, or it might be emotion. We are expressing something to the audience community. So there we have two options. It might be oral or it might be written it is. Okay, presentation to transferring the information one to another or communicating the information one to another. It might be feelings or ideas or thoughts, whatever it is there, one to another we are communicating and we are interacting. It might be in oral form, or it is oral nothing but spoken form, or it might be the form of writing it is. So here we can take an example. Presentation means is a process of presenting a topic to an audience. So right now I am presenting a topic to audience. So my topic is a presentation. I am giving a presentation on presentation to reach the audience, how to give an effective presentation to the large number of audience it is. Okay. So you can take about presentation can be a demonstration or lecture it is. A presentation can be introducing a product or something. It can be a speech to given somebody's, people might be inspired or people might be motivated themselves. It can be the launch of new product. If you take an example of presentation, a Tata Sierra company, Tata company Sierra car is going to introduce it. It is present to the audience community like customers. So what is the features of the vehicle, how it is works, okay, what is the price and everything is giving a through presentation oral form, or sometimes they are giving an advertising form also to make the audience attract to purchase the vehicle. It is in the same way when we are giving a presentation part, so our audience should be felt that they are engaged or they are entertained, at the same time learn something by the presenter. So this we are going to learn about today's session, how to make our presentation effectively. Okay, let's move on the importance of presentation part. So before going to say the importance it is there, so we can start with the quote. It is the mentioned by Maya Angelou. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. When you are giving a presentation part, it is there. If you are able to connect to the audience, if you are able to connect with the audience with your concept, they will remember longer time. So what you said is not important to them. How you made them to understand is important. That makes you a good presentators. So now move on the importance of presentation. First one is clear communication. So in our presentation part, communication plays a major role. Okay, without proper communication, the audience may not interact with you. You are not able to engage with them. Your concept it is. So it might have a problem of language. So language barrier is might different. It is there. So for example, your audience are Telugu community. You can use a Telugu language to make them understand. The ultimate goal of our presentation is that people need to understand. Okay, they feel comfortable and they leave your presentation room or presentation place with learning concept. That plays a major role in our communication part. Without proper communication, that will be ruined of yourself. Okay, holding a sand in, you're holding a water in your hand, that is a waste of your presentation part. It is that you cannot catch up any single drop in your hand itself. Now career advancement, it is when you are able to give a presentation properly. For example, the project. So one student is working in an Infosys company and he has a new idea, new innovation. So when he is able to express the idea or project to their colleagues or some other employees in their respective company, it is there. So if he is able to express his presentation properly, project it is, and it is implementation. So automatically the people will develop career advancement because your project is launched over there. Okay, if you take an example of Sierra company like Tata, as again I'm repeating. So Tata company recently launched the Sierra vehicle. It is there. So they are comparing with the Range Rover. Okay. So when a Tata company wants to growth its organization or any other relevant, it is there. So he or she, like manager or CEO, any of the employee purpose, it is there. They need to express the Sierra vehicles advantages and its working condition all. So that will takes place. It is very important. Confidence it is. So confidence build it is there when you are giving a presentation. It is there. So most of the student community or most of the people have a glossophobia. We can call it as fear of public speaking. At large number of people, we are not able to give our presentation part. It is. So when you are giving a presentation, so by seeing audience community at large, so we may get fear. It is that. So when you are giving a presentation, we have a confidence that we can able to reach the audience community. So that will develop our confidence, which help us to improve our personal and professional growth also. Okay. Next, we have leadership qualities and influence. When our presentation is, we are able to give an audience community. So in our generation, we used to give the speech, listen the speeches of Swami Vivekananda, Abdul Kalam, and other renowned personalities of the society. So the speeches gives us inspiration to us because their presentation to reach the large number of audience, they try to implement the principles what is given by his lecture, their lectures and their speeches. It is. So we reached the presentation, so which motivating us. So in front of us, we are giving a presentation, their speeches only, sometimes we can call it as. And we also improve our leadership qualities when you are giving a presentations. Okay, that will be focused. Organization development also takes place when your presentation. Okay, when you are giving a presentation part, it is there. So to promoting your organization or promoting a product or anything, so automatically your product or your company or your organization name and name and reputation will be reached to the audience community, because depends on the presentator how effectively you are convincing the audience community, how effectively you are making the audience to interact with your presentation. Okay, hope you understand this slide. It is there. Let's move on the next one. Okay. Next, move on. So your audience is not listening to you; they are listening to their own thoughts. Said good. And when we are giving a presentation, very important. Remember, when you are giving a presentation, sometimes audience feel that it is my life experiences, or it is my own journey they are talking about, or it is realistic to the present world. So they feel that, and they emotionally try to connect with the presenter. So these things. And very important, we can talk about audience connection. How we are going to connect the audience, it is there. So most of the audience community, they might, with the force, they attend the sessions, or most of the audience, maybe time pass purpose, let's engage 2 hours time pass it is, or most of the audience will attend the sessions because of their uh, project reviews or HOD forces and other kind of activity will be there. But here, your audience need to attend the session with a confidence that while leaving this session, I am learning something. So you make the better understanding them by engaging them. That depends on you. That depends on you, how you are going to engage it is. So there are so many methods are there, engaging them, okay, by giving a realistic example, engaging them by giving a motivational speech, engaging them by saying a short stories, okay, to connecting to your concept. So that depends on the presentator, how you are going to engage. So this is very important. If the audience are not engaged, everyone knows that we can reach, we need not to go for the market. Audience only give us vegetables for us. Hope you understand. Next, persuasion. Okay, it can talk about influence. How your presentation can be influence the audience. How your presentation and what impact is being received to the audience. That makes sense. When your presentation is convinced to the audience community and you feel that it can be helpful to the audience and they learn something for your presentation, so they are convincingly listen your lecture. But so you are giving a presentation for only keep on talking to the audience community, their irrelevant concept. People will not tolerate us. They simply leave the session and give a vegetable for us on earth. So next, critical thinking. So while giving a presentation, audience always thinks about in what method the presenter is following, in what ways we can utilize these services given by the presenter, in what ways we can implement in our day-to-day life. They are trying to analyze themselves by listening to your presentation. So very important branding it is there. If the presenter is okay, effectively giving a presentation, it is there automatically they are promoting themselves to the audience community, because your reputation always develops it is. If your presentation is there, if you take an example of some of the presenter in our day-to-day life, so we can talk about APJ Abdul Kalam, himself is a brand. So Swami Vivekananda, himself is a brand. So recently we can say about Gamba Nageshwar Rao, himself is a brand. Venu Kalyan, okay, Dr. Sumita Roy. So many people are there, they are creating themselves. People will automatically join their classes over there to listen, because they connected to the audience, they give the realistic examples to this, and they inspire the people to follow the principles of their presentation. And global competence. Okay, when you are able to give a presentation effectively, so wherever you goes, you can give. You can easily compete with other peoples. Okay, and if you improve communication skills, if any kind of audience, multicultural audience also, you can give a presentation. So if the person is good at speaking, okay, so they can give a presentation to the any kind of a person. Maybe the barrier of language, okay, large number of large number of audience also, that is doesn't matter to him or her. So because he avoiding a stage fear, he is able to give a lecture. Maybe he or she having a language barrier. So once he practicing a language barrier also, we can give a presentation effectively to the large number of audience it is. Next, move on. Why the most of the people are having a problem to give a presentation to the audience community. So along with this, so I feel that they have a stage fear. Okay, stage fear. What is a stage fear actually? Okay, first point. So they having a problem that people laugh at me. Okay, if I am unable to give a presentation properly, people laugh at me. Okay, or he or she laugh at me. If the gender based, laugh at me, or else people will comment on us. This kind of barriers they have in there. So this stage fear is indirectly relevant to the remaining concept it is there. If the person is properly prepared, there is no issue about the presenter, but not having a proper preparation. So not adequately preparing the concept it is there. If you are not preparing it properly, you have some sort of fear. What the audience community think about it is there. Or I might see and read out the slides. People are not immature in nowadays. We need to give a presentation properly. And sometimes people will give a presentation very fastly, so that audience cannot catch up with your presentation. Okay, So you need to give a certain passes. Okay, you can follow the proper accent to them, which can be lead to this. Some people try to give a different kinds of accent. It is there. Like if you give an example, okay, if you give an example, there is a word sentence called "Where is my car?" Okay, in our native speakers, Indians, we used to pronounce it as "Where is my car?" Where is my car? But if you're trying to the accent and we are trying to the catch up the audience accent over there, we used to call it as "Where is my car?" Where is my car? So the word spelling is "Where is my car?" but the pronunciation is "Where is my car?" So people might not catch up with your presentation part. Okay. And when you are giving a presentation, if you take in a classroom also, if you are not having eye contact with the girls community or boys community part, so they have a mischief things. If you are focusing on one side, the second side people will do another mischief. They can use a mobile phones, they can eat their lunch boxes, or they can have a chit chat with themselves. So have a proper eye contact. So entire class or entire area of your presentation have a proper eye contact. You should be have a eye on this. Overloading of slides with information. Okay, too many slides if you prepare, people don't have that much time to listen to you. Shorten your slide and give your presentation effectively. And use too much jargons over there. So when you are giving a presentation part, if you are using a different kinds of jargons over there, people might not think about why it is interlinking here, whether it is linked to with the particular sentence or not. Okay, and next, failing to the engaging audience. As I said to you earlier, if you having a fear in your mind, you cannot engage the audience. So that should be avoided. So if you want to avoid, the above mentioned point should be remembered into consideration. Not tailoring to the not tailoring the presentation to the audience community. When you are giving a presentation, if you are not able to connect the audience, why should they listen to you? Okay, maybe because of force or because of the faculty community force, because of the employee community force, whatever they are trying to listen to you. But if you fail to engage, they cannot try to connect with you. So that your presentation makes nonsense to them, it is. And lacking of confidence, not rehearsing enough, which can lead disjointed and ineffective presentation. Very important, build your confidence first and prepare properly and try to engage your audience. So then your presentation effectively. So next to move on, what are the strategies should be followed in effective presentation? So there simply, so 4 P's involved in our presentation part. It is there like plan, prepare, practice and presentation. So these 4 methods, how we are going to involve in our presentation part itself. Now move on, what is a planning can be included. So here I can suggest you guide selection or choose. So planning is nothing but, as per my knowledge, I can say about selection of a concept or selection of a topic or choose of a concept or topic to you. Okay, so why this is very important for this? First point, when you are selecting anything, first you need to understand that why I am giving this presentation. Okay, right now I am giving a presentation on a presentation that, so audience can understand that how to give effective presentation orally at large number of people or a large gathering it is. So reason for presentation. After my presentation, what the impact of audience are been, it is, okay, how much are able to understand, and later what actions the audience will take. If my presentation is reaching to the audience community, they are felt that they might feel that, okay, this presentation will be useful to us when we are participating in a larger number of audience. So, okay, they can take my guidelines or my points can be, they can use it. But if my presentation is not good, the people will not focus on my presentation part itself. And very important, who are my audience? When you are choosing selection of a topic is there, who are my audience? Suppose, okay, your topic is social media. Okay, your audience are village background people. If it is, okay, most of the village background people are aged 30 to 50, for example, they are not aware about the social media most of the time. Okay, first you need to identify who are your audience. If you are taking the people for 1 to 10 age, so their relevant concept should be you selected. But if you are teaching for the graduate or undergraduate people, so you need to take the relevant topic for them, so which is suitable for their career advancement purpose. And you also focus on what is the knowledge of the subject people are having. Okay, before going to the presentation part, you should focus on how much knowledge the individual is having that about presentation part. Okay, and how many people are, like number you can take, how many people are participating in your presentation part, what kind of language should be used over there. It is like, if for example most of the people are in English community and you are using the examples of Hindi language or Telugu language, they might not understand. So avoid the language barrier when you are giving a presentation part also. That would be very important. Okay. And the time availability. The time is given 30 minutes. If you are giving a presentation on 1 or 2 hours, people get bored. What this person is doing it is. So these are the elements. Remember, planning is very important. What you want to give it is, what are the methods you want to implement in your presentation part, and who are your audience, and what impact you are giving to the audience. After learning from you whether they are following your presentation or not, this could be focused as very importantly. Right. Next, move on preparation part. So suppose I chosen the topic called social media. So I need to prepare or not? So I need to prepare. Where? I need to do the research it is. For example, okay, social media related books or websites, articles are being published. Okay. Impact on films, impact of social media on youth, for example. So the relevant books of social media are used publications or articles or websites we need to follow it is. And we also use the expert advice it is. Some people will give the expert advice. For example, social media uses, experts suggest that, okay, you should not use any AI images, okay, which can be capture your details or anything. We need to follow. If you are not following, the people might marfing us. We can have a problem of cyber security. That. And statistics you need to follow. For example, in 2000 to 2010, 10 million people are used social media application. Okay, the statistics reveals that. So now 2010 to 2020, okay, 50 million people are using social media application. You need to the realistic statistics you need to follow. And examples of any other person are demonstrated on social media earlier. Impact of social media on youth. You try to watch the YouTube lectures or online lectures, anything. Exhibits. So exhibiting means publicly viewer things, like public notice boards, or you can see about digital libraries, or you can public libraries, museums, any other places, or this concept is being explained or this concept being displayed over there. You can try to get the information part itself. So these are the elements should be followed when you are giving a presentation preparation. So first, must know about your topic. You have to know, should know, and better to know. These are the three elements should be remembered yourself. Next, how to practice it is. Okay, so how to practice? So reduce nervous, be natural and relax. Somebody said be relaxed and natural. So we need to you do the yoga and we give the presentation. Then people will, all the people are came here to do the yoga. Means you should avoid your nervousness and relax yourself and try to motivate yourself. Okay, you can do it. You can perform well. That motivation you should be. And do not over practice. There is saying in our mother tongue, Ati Vinayam Dhurta Lakshanam it is. Okay, do not over practice. It is, if you are over practicing that, so you may forget the actual reality. In the process of practicing your actual presentation, you may forget it is there. Get familiar with your presentation aids. So your presentation aids mean the sense, teaching aids we can call it is. For example, if you are using projector, okay, your projector is properly there. If you want to use speaker, okay, if you want to use handouts, okay, or else you want to use chalk and board or PowerPoint presentation method, whether all the presentation equipments are properly working condition or not. So this should be focused. While giving a presentation, these equipments are doing a trouble. So what happened? People will get distracted also. Arey, the time is given 9:30, but still the program is not started like it is. So again, I intimation it is judge timing. Okay, judge time. The time is given 10 minutes, but you are giving a 20:30. People will get bored it is. And very important, strong opinion. You should stick to your point what you are giving a presentation, and that opinion should be clearly with example. Clearly with example to the audience community. Clearly with examples to the audience community should be emphasized. So these are the elements should be focused. Next, at the end of the day, you planned and you practiced and you prepared everything. The day has come to give your presentation, right? When you are giving a presentation, you need to remember you should follow the following elements. First point, voice modulation. Voice modulation means vary your voice. So where you need to emphasize particular word or particular sentence. Okay, emphasization of word. So it's called voice modulation. You need to vary your voice. Okay, and so that audience can reach it. Is very important. Body language. Okay, very important is the body language. While giving people, some people will like Pawan Kalyan style will do. Some of the audience they will focus on your body language, your presentation part. Some people will keep on the hands on the packet and give the presentation. Okay, some people will see the upward and downward, some left and right and everything. People will focus on the person and then his presentation. So that is very important. Verbal and non-verbal communication skills should be focused. Body language should be should be followed. Have a proper eye contact to the entire audience community. How many are participating? It might be 20, 30, 40, whatever it is there. So you need to have a proper eye contact to the parent. And timing, which area you need to emphasize more or which concept you want to be focused more in your presentation, that you be time and judge itself. And speed of your presentation, whether you are going very fast on the particular topic, whether you are going very slow on a particular topic, you should. And very important, sometimes when the faculty community, we do that also, we should not give a time to talk the audience. Get the audience to talk. Okay, it might be doubt. People will distracted, presenter sometimes feels disturbed also. If the person is asking questions or doubt, he or she learning something from you. So get audience, give us some time to talk to the audience community also. If you keep on talking yourself, the people get, it is a direct method, one side only. So give the audience can talk sometimes. Read your audience first. What is a read your audience first means? Whether audience are willing to listen you or not. First point, whether your audience are willing to, their mood. Most of the time, if you are conducting any of the activity or anything, lunchtime people will be get sleepy. So you try to motivate them to listen your lecture by using short stories, by giving inspirational speeches or playing inspiration mode videos or activities, so that people can be. So first we need to read the audience mood set, because create such a mood or environment that people can interact with you. So that's very important. Okay, so hope these are the 4 elements should be remembered. So what are the 4 elements we are discussed right now? Plan, prepare, practice and presentation part. Okay, these are the 4 elements should be focused. So before going to the wind up part, it is there to make your presentation very clearly. So you need to remember the 3 C's formula again. What is the 3 C? You need to be confident enough yourself. Your presentation should be clarity enough, and your presentation should be connect to the audience. Very important. Connect to the audience it is. If you follow these 3 elements, your presentation will be more effectively. So the ultimate goal of our presentation is that to reach the audience. Very important, to reach the audience. If your presentation to reach the audience, they definitely learn something from your presentation. So you try to impress the audience, try to engage the audience, and try to reach your information to the audience community at large number. So definitely your presentation is effectively and perfectly. You can receive the applause for the audience community. Okay. Hope you understood about the presentation of mine, which is given on the presentation. Thank you.